Hello and welcome to the Ravens Report. Thanks for watching. I'm Anarchist Hunter.
And I'm Big Political Luke. It's Wednesday, November 4th. Today, we're going to be covering the election, but not the real election, the Ridgeview mock election that took place yesterday. That's right. Yesterday, Mr. Parsons' government class conducted a survey sent out to students during the third period class. We're going to go through each one, and where possible, compare to what actually happened last night in the real election.
We're going to start with the ballot measures. First up, 107, which would limit political contributions. By a nearly two-thirds margin, Ridgeview voted yes, 63 to 37%, that political contributions should be regulated. This matched with the real vote, where 107 passed by a large margin.
Okay, up now is Measure 108, which is a tax on tobacco and e-cigarettes. This was the highest vote getter of the numbered measures and also produced the biggest victory with a 64.3% agreement. Ridgeview passed the measure, wanting the income to go to medical assistance programs and other health-related programs. Last night, 108 also passed in the real election at 66%.
Now we're cooking. Let's look at Measure 109, which would legalize psilocybin-producing mushrooms and fungi from licensed service providers. This one was much closer, with a 56 to 44% split, but Ridgeview elected to pass 109 and make mushrooms legal. 109 was closer to in the real election, but did pass, with an identical 56% as the Ridgeview vote.
Okay, now for the last numbered measure of the night, number 110, which reclassifies drug possession offenses to lesser violations. This made penalties more like $100 fines or completed health assessments. Here's how Ridgeview voted. By a 60-40 margin. That's right. Ridgeview voted yes. In another almost identical split, the real vote went yes, 59 to 41.
The final measure on the board last night was the Redmond School District Bond, which puts money into the district to repair schools and add safety measures. By an overwhelming 84%, Ridgeview voted in support of the measurement, which also passed in the real election by about 5,000 votes.
Okay, now let's get to the real people. First up is the mayoral race in Redmond between incumbent George Endicott, Tanner Robertson, and Charles Bayer. By a secure 61%, Ridgeview put their trust in their mayor, George Endicott, for another term. So did the electorate, who voted in Mayor Endicott for his 7th term. Wow, that's a lot.
What about the 2nd District U.S. Representatives? The 2nd District represents most of the land area of Oregon, basically everything east of the Cascades to the border. Republican Cliff Benz won handedly in the Ridgeview election by a 2-to-1 tally over Alex Spencer. Benz also won the real election with a 68% of the vote.
2 more races to go. The first is the U.S. Senate. In a 4-person race, the incumbent, Democrat Jeff Merkley, got 48% of the vote, and the victory of his competition, Merkley got 57% of the real vote to also win in the real world.
And finally, the presidential race. Dario Hunter from the Progressive Party received a couple votes, but not a percentage of the total. Green Party candidate Howie Hawkins doubled Hunter's vote total. In third place was Libertarian candidate Joe Jorgensen, who took 4% of the total vote. The rest of the vote came down to President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden. Of the 256 votes cast by Ridgeview Ravens, Biden received 38% and Trump received 56%, putting him over the top in Ridgeview's mock election. The real election is finishing up counting all the votes, and we will know the winner soon.
That's it for today. As always, check out our YouTube page at youtube.com/RidgeviewRavens. I'm Big Political Luke.
And I'm just some guy who walked onto the set. Thanks for watching, and have an epic day, stay safe, and be classy. Now we're cooking.